Okay, hello everyone. It is Skip Neal, your gallivanting guru, back joining you today, and we've got another fantastic. Well, he's not a new guest; he is a repeat favorite VIP guest of mine, and of course, I'm speaking of the wonderful Dave Mackay, who was my business development manager for Pearl Resorts in Tahiti. And Dave and I actually were together last week for the Tahiti Specialist Conference in LA. And I had told Dave, and I don't know what I was thinking. I had said, "Hey, why don't we do this updates of the Pearl Resorts that you want to talk about? Why don't we do it at the conference?" And Dave's like, "Man, it's too. What are you thinking? It's too crazy." And of course, Dave was correct. It was. I always think there'll be some downtime, and there probably is, but everybody's grabbing at you to speak and all that, and talk and catch up, which is very cool. It's part of the fun thing about the conference. So, anyways, and let's see, it's Friday. I saw Dave at the airport.
On
Actually, after the
Thursday.
conference last Thursday in LA. So, anyways, I saw Dave all conference. Then I sent him off back to his beautiful abode while I left to my abode to come back to Austin. So, but anyways, Dave wants to catch us up today on some updates for La Tahaa and the Bora Bora and whatever else he wants to share, which I know will be not only educational to me, but to you that are viewing this as well. So, Dave, let's let you take us to the wonderful island of Tahiti. And I think you're going to start us off first with
La
La
Taha.
Tahaa, I think. So it is all
Well,
you, my friend. I will take it
okay,
over.
great. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. Or Iarana is probably the best way to start the conversation today.
There you
So, what
go.
we're going to do today is just give you a few little updates about two of our resorts in the Pearl Resort Collection, La Taha and, of course, the Bora Bora. But again, just as a quick reminder, just to get, make sure you understand what our brand is all about. We're a locally owned brand in Tahiti, and as such, it's a very authentic brand. So, and our philosophy is always built around the authenticity of Polynesia. So, wherever we have our resorts, there are always in unique locations. Um, we always have unique architectural styles as well, as you'll see as we go through the presentation again. And most importantly, it's about our staff. And the way we operate there is that wherever we have our resorts, we always employ our local communities. So our way of giving back to our communities is to employ our communities. So there's been some really exciting things happening at Pearl Resorts of Tahiti. And the first one is this, and this just started last week, actually. As you know, of course, being in the islands of Tahiti, our environment is very, very important to us. And because our environment is our home. And so we have to protect that. And one way that we're doing this now at Pearl Resorts is that we're actually eliminating all plastics from our resorts in that we have in Tahiti. We think we're going to save about 4 tons each year of plastic, which is incredible. So when you're coming to our resorts, what you will get at each resort when you arrive is your own water bottle. And we have a series of filling stations all around the resorts. For example, 5 in La Taha, 8 in the Bora Bora. And these are all purified water stations. And all you have to do each day is just fill up your little water bottle there, and you're contributing to our ecological program in the island of Tahiti. And of course, that's very important because, as I say, the islands of Tahiti and the environment that we have in Tahiti is the lifeblood, if you like, for the people of our destination. So let's just talk a little bit about the Tahaa first of all, and cover a couple of quick points. Again, flying up into Tahaa, of course, you're coming in all the way up through from Los Angeles or San Francisco into Tahiti to La Taha. And first of all, you fly to the island of Raiatea. And then it's a 35-minute boat ride up to the resort. And we overlook Bora Bora and across to the island of Tahaa and back to the island of Tahaa here. Now, as a reminder, we do have helicopter service directly from the resort to all the resorts in Bora Bora. And of course, you can take the regular flights from Raiatea over to Bora Bora as well. Something new to remember is that a lot of people will combine La Taha with Bora Bora. So there is a great way that Skip can create value for you. So he has access to what we call our combo program. And this is a program where we offer you, our guests, or Skip's clients, a 25% discount per resort when you combine any two Pearl resorts together. So you can stay 3 or 4 nights in Tahaa and 3 or 4 nights in Bora Bora. You're going to get a 25% discount year round. So that's something that's fairly new for us here for our resorts. So here we are on a very private motu, only 56 bungalows now, and Skip's just putting his hat on. Good on you, Skip.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it there, Dave. I love it. You know that.
Yeah, and we've actually gone from 57 to 56, and we'll explain why, because this is one of our new features that we have at the resort. Or of course, all over water bungalows, 45 and the 11 beach villas. Don't forget, of course, we have our Coral Garden program, which you can enjoy by yourselves, or when you get to the resort, you just go, you see our guys at concierge, and they'll organize a little Coral Garden snorkel for you. And what this is, a natural channel, and there's a current that flows right back into the resort, and you strip snorkel all the way back into the resort. And of course, there's Bora Bora in the background here. Again, this gentleman here, Tavita, will meet you on arrival, the most tattooed person in French Polynesia. Taha'a is a barefoot luxury experience. It's all about the architectural style. And one of the things we've been recently doing over the last 6 months is doing a lot of work on our gardens. As you can see from these images here, we've put in waterfalls in and around the main part of the complex as well. And all the gardens now are really growing out. So the gardens in Taha'a are really, really beautiful and a really unique part of the resort. The waterfall actually wraps around the back entrance here to the Waikiki Nui, our main restaurant. The overwater bungalows, of course, um, as you would expect, all fully air conditioned, ceiling fans, etc. And of course, we do have the minibar program as well, where we can offer you complimentary minibars here at the resort. Now, this is where we start to talk a little bit about one of the really exciting features that we've just added to La Taha. We have our 1 and 2 bedroom villas. We have just completed a renovation. It's not really a renovation of our 2 bedroom Royal Beach villas. So it's a completely new rebuild. And so it's a new bungalow experience that we've developed here at La Taha. So you walk along from reception to along the pathway here, you walk into your bungalow. You come into the bungalow, and the first thing you walk into is this big picture window
Oh,
where you've got this deck, Skip, that goes all the way out to the edge of the lagoon.
yeah. How
So
bad is that? Jeez. That's
I
horrible.
know,
Just horrible.
I know. And then, of course, as the sun sets, because our 2 bedroom villas are located on the sunset side of the motu, and you have a nice bottle of champagne and watch the sunset come down at night as well if you want.
Mm.
This is the main part of the complex here. What we've done is we've enlarged the size of the swimming pool area. This is the 2nd bedroom here. Um, on the right-hand side, we have our lounge area and our master bedroom as well. So this is a great bungalow for adult families, or Skip, if you've got generational families traveling together. It's an ideal bungalow type to put your guests into. And of course, another angle here, it is completely surrounded by a little coral wall as well. So it's very, very private. And of course, you have direct access to the beach area directly in front of the lagoon. And what we've done here is to create some privacy for our 2 bedroom villas. We are actually building vegetation walls that go all the way out to the edge of the lagoon to ensure the privacy of the guests in the 2 bedroom villas. And what they look like inside, this is a quick shot here of the lounge area. Over to the right-hand side, there's another part of the lounge, which is a desk, etc. for those people who feel the need to get on their computer during their stay here at La Taha, because we do have complimentary Wi-Fi service right throughout the bungalow and the resort itself. And this is a quick shot here of the new master bedroom. So you can see the use of the Tahitian woods here, these beautiful Tahitian carving towers that we've put in. All the crown molding is, around here is all been carved as well. And literally, this is a classic example where you actually fall out of your bed onto the deck and roll into the ocean, basically, because you're absolute ocean front here, looking out into the lagoon. This is a shot here of the second bedroom, a spectacular bungalow. Again, we feature these beautiful Tahitian carving towers with all the crown molding around here, fully air conditioned, of course, with ceiling fans. And the bathroom area, a little bit more contemporary, but still retains that Polynesian feel. And we also have an outdoor bathroom concept as well. We have these very cool outdoor stone bathtubs that we've actually put into the bungalow as well. In the master bedroom, this is actually replaced by their own plunge pool. So lots of different options there for the guests. So a very, very unique bungalow. And again, ideal for adult families or generational families, for example, or even two couples actually traveling together might be a great option as well, Skip,
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
for your clients.
Dave.
Again, let's talk a little bit about dining. As a reminder, there are no real dining options on the main island of Tahaa, so all dining takes place here. All you've got to do is contact Skip, and he can, if you wish, because we always include breakfast daily at our resorts here. Skip can actually book meal plans for you, for example, if you want to as well. A little change that we've done at the resort now is that we require reservations at all of our restaurants now. And again, Skip can make those arrangements for you. This restaurant here is actually suspended amongst the trees. We have our Hiri, our fine dining restaurant. And this is a five-course organic tasting menu where many of the ingredients are sourced locally in and around Taha and Raiatea. And another new thing we've introduced actually is in the Titirani restaurant, which is our Feet in the Sand restaurant, which is open for lunches every day. We have catch of the day twice a week. Now, there's no set timetable here. It may be on a Wednesday and a Friday, or a Sunday and a Tuesday. It's just when the fishermen have the catch to bring in to the resort, and the fishermen display all their fish in these big ice trays. And it's a nice way again of us having our, connecting our local community with the resort. So that's another new feature that we've actually added here at Tahaa. Now, Skip and I also want to talk a little bit about romantic dinners today, because when we've talked about romantic dinners before, we've just said we have a series of romantic dinners, and then we move on. So there's lots of different options here at Tahaa. This is the classic shot of one of our little private beaches that we have in and around the resort where we do romantic dinners on the beach. Or you can actually go onto a little private motu that we have, a little island just off the Coral Garden, actually. And the guests can actually dine there. We actually bring them onto the little motu by outrigger canoe. The guests are actually are served by our staff who actually wade through the lagoon to bring your evening dinner to you. Now, it's a full program, that one. Also includes some Polynesian dancing. Can be a little bit challenging for the husbands sometimes, because the event starts with these Tahitian warriors coming up out of the water, which is pretty interesting, if I can put it that way. And but there's a lot of fun with the guitars and stuff like that for the guests as well on the motu. So a very unique dining experience that we can have here at Tahaa. And as a reminder about dining, whether it's Tahaa or Bora Bora, if you have some allergies, if you've got challenges with gluten, or you're a vegan, vegetarian, what Skip does is that he will just talk to Skip about that, because he will contact us, and what we will do is that we'll put a dining program to suit your need, and we will also, if we have to, have our food and beverage director actually meet you on arrival, and Skip can talk to you about that and arrange all that. Hopefully, we've got the menus to accommodate most guests. But if we've got enough time, we're very good at servicing our guests who do have those challenges with their diet. So that's just something to add there. We also wanted to talk a little bit today about some of our excursions. We've talked about this before, of the excursions in Tahaa on the main island of Raiatea as well. Going across to the rum factory on the main island, which is this little boutique sort of cottage industry that's developed in the Tahaa. But today I just wanted to also mention about some of the other programs that we have, in particular this one here, which is really, really popular with a lot of our guests. This is a blue water catamaran. And what they do is that we do full day excursions on the lagoons of Tahaa and Raiatea. And it's a great way to really experience the lagoons and the surrounding islands of Tahaa as well. And so you can do this as a full day excursion. You can actually charter the catamaran if you wish. It's about $1,500 to do that. You could also just do it as a shared catamaran. It's about $300 to do that for the day, including lunch. We also have this available for sunset cruises and half day cruises as well. So it's not just about being on the motu and being on land in the islands of Tahiti. It's also about being on the water as well. And I've actually spent some time sailing through the islands of Tahiti, and just to have a little bit of an experience of that in a catamaran, I think is a great thing to do. So that's something that is actually fairly new for us here at Tahaa. So that just gives you a really quick, brief update of some of the things that we're doing at Tahaa, and also, of course, not to forget with that wonderful little spa facility as well. So we'd like to briefly move on now and just talk a little bit about the Bora Bora. We've obviously talked about this a lot in the past. Those of you who have listened to the broadcast before understand this is a brand new experience in Bora Bora. We've redefined the 4.5-star experience in the islands of Tahiti and probably Tahiti as well. Of course, you can fly directly from from Tahiti to Bora Bora if you wish, or you can combine it with Tahaa, or even particularly with some of our other resorts like Latikihau in the north, or our resort in Tahiti, La Tahiti as well. So here it is. We added 27 overwater bungalows to the resort. And just again, we are a private island experience. There are no other resorts around us here at the Bora Bora. We've got direct access to the main island of Bora Bora. It's a paid service in the evening. So the reason we have that is so guests can get across to the main island and go to all the restaurants in Bora Bora if they want to as well. And then the restaurants pick up for our base and then bring them back in the evening and then back across to the resort once again. Of course, being in Bora Bora is like being in a Tahitian village. We feature our beautiful beach bungalow product, and we also have our beautiful garden pool villas as well. Now, this is an aerial that was taken, I think, in about December 2020. So all of the gardens here now at Bora Bora have completely grown out. So many of the guests who are staying with us now really comment on our gardens, and the resort is as beautiful during the evening as it is during the day. We have all these really beautiful Tahitian stone carvings and statues all around the gardens that are backlit at night. So just wandering around the resort at night is a great thing to do as well. We'll talk about our restaurants a little bit later on too, but we've also added every Wednesday night now we have a beach dinner, a barbecue on the beach. And Skip and I were talking earlier about some of the romantic programs that we have in Tahaa, and those can also be repeated here at the Bora Bora. And what we like to do is we like to make sure that our guests, when they're doing some of these special dinners, have an experience that feels something that's unique to themselves. And so when you're talking with Skip, for example, if you're thinking of doing a beach dinner here in Bora Bora, we only allow one beach dinner each night, even though we've got this massive beach. We don't sort of have 7 couples lined up in a row to do our beach dinners. It's an exclusive program for just one couple a night. And secondly, if we do get a bit of rain, we have this little gazebo over here where we can relocate you to as well. Again, the overwater bungalows all exactly the same layouts. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit more about this particular room category as well, because this is a very, very popular bungalow, overwater bungalows with pools. And to be honest with you, most of these bungalows are booking at least 4 to 5 months in advance. So if you're thinking of going into an overwater bungalow with pool, talk to Skip, and he will try and see what he can do for you. But you've got to give him some time, because it's gonna, we're pretty full in this bungalow type for the next 3 or 4 months. But it's a great bungalow, and of course, a reminder: all the overwater bungalows have great pools on their decks as well. Our beach, our 1 bedroom indoor pontoon suite, which is great for adult families, and great for a couple as well. Our garden pool villas, we've talked about these before a little bit, and of course our beach villa product as well. And again, all beachfront, and of course our 2 bedroom Royal Beach villa. Dining is an important part of the experience here at La Bora Bora, and like La Tahaa, we have eliminated all plastics where we can at the resort. So again, you'll get your own little Bora Bora flask here, and this is the O2 Manu restaurant, which is elevated. And in keeping with our ecological program that we have here, we have our own farm to plate program here at La Bora Bora as well. So we actually have our own little farm on site at La Bora Bora, a Mickey restaurant. I'm not sure if we talked about Poyava last time.
I think we did.
I think we did.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Only opened earlier this year. And if you're looking for a fine dining experience, and a gastronomic experience with wine pairing, this is a pretty good restaurant to consider. It's a beautifully air-conditioned restaurant. I had a wonderful romantic dinner here back in February by myself, which is kind of interesting. And the gardens outside here, beautifully lit at night. So the ambiance here is magnificent. And so this is a restaurant that you definitely have to pre-book before you actually leave North America. The wine bar that we have here as well. And of course, our wonderful little spa facility. And just to finish up today, we talked a little bit about before, I think last time, our solar-powered catamaran that we actually use for sunset cruises. So we still have this, of course, and 25% of the energy from La Bora Bora now comes from solar power, be it on the water or on land. But also what we've added since last time we talked are these guys, which are our solar-powered airport shuttle boats that will bring you from La Bora Bora from the airport to our resort at La Bora Bora as well. So this is something quite new for us here at La Bora Bora. So that just gives you a really quick brief overview once again of the Tahaa and La Bora Bora, some of the updates that we have for you as well. And of course, again, as I mentioned, when you're booking through Skip, don't forget to talk, ask a little bit about that combo program, which is something that we can create great value for you year round. And of course, this is La Bora Bora at sunset. I love this shot, not just for the sunset, but it also shows our coral gardens as well. So, we've got coral gardens at the resort. And again, we have a pretty amazing coral restoration program that we run here at La Bora Bora. We also have one at La Tahaa. You should ask our team about that when you're there, because it's really, really interesting. And that what we do at La Tahaa, we actually run these I guess like an electrical current that goes actually out, and we actually attach it to the coral, and it somehow enables the coral to regenerate faster. So really quite interesting. So yeah, so that sort of gives you a little bit of an idea of what we're about and where we're going with Pearl Resorts of Tahiti.
That is great, Dave. As always, my friend, it's very educational. It's fun. You're always on the brink of something new, and I really appreciate you sharing it with me, not only last week, but now bringing it to virtually, so we can share it with a lot more people than what just you and I talked about. So I really appreciate it. And I'm going to, at the conference, we had the lady that was teaching us how to speak Tahitian better. So I think Ruru is the statement. Now, whether or not I pronounced it totally correctly, I've been doing this a long
That's a
time.
good effort, Skip. Good
But
effort.
yeah, it's I get an A for effort. Now, whether or not it's
Yeah.
all, it's okay. But anyways, that's my Tahitian thank you to you, my friend. So anyways, Dave, thanks again. And y'all just contact me, whatever you want to go to, either La Tahaa, La Bora Bora, or both. And I will definitely take care of you and use Dave as a resource if we need him to help set up anything special or whatsoever. Okay. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it, my friend.
Okay, thanks very much, Skip. And we look forward to welcoming your clients to the islands of Tahiti. Maruru
Absolutely.
roa.
Absolutely.